In this video, we have prepared a list of the best animated movie of all time. At number 20, My Dog Tulip, 2010, based on a memoir, this animated drama chronicles the 15-year friendship between British novelist J.R. Ackerley and his German Shepherd. Directors Paul and Sandra Fierlinger created the movie's distinct and somewhat vintage aesthetic by hand-drawing images on a computer. Number 19, Howl's Moving Castle, 2005. Hayao Miyazaki was on top of the world when he unleashed this acclaimed family adventure, in which a young woman falls victim to a witch's curse. The only person capable of reversing the spell is a magician named Howl, who inhabits his moving castle. As with all of Miyazaki's films, this one features his distinctive hand-drawn anime style. Number 18, The Simpsons Movie, 2007. This film brings the world's foremost animated family onto the big screen. This adventure comedy finds the Simpsons fleeing Springfield after Homer causes an environmental catastrophe. The animation style is consistent with the TV series, though many of the sequences and set pieces are far more elaborate. The movie's creators spent years in development and went through a reported 166 drafts of the script before landing on the final product. Number 17, Boy and the World, 2015. Awash with thrilling animation and virtually no dialogue, this Brazilian adventure follows a young boy as he searches for his father. Filmmaker Alabru created the work by blending digital animation, painting, and drawing in a vivid tapestry. One critic described it as the boy and the world. Number 16, Coraline, 2009. It took the stop-motion animation wizards at Leica Studios more than 4 years to create this fantasy film, with 500 people involved in the process. Coraline is based on a book by Neil Gaiman and follows its adventurous title character into a secret parallel world. Number 15, Liyana, 2018. This unconventional movie serves as a testament to the power of collective imagination. Liyana centers on 5 orphans in the country formerly known as Swaziland, who collaborate on the story of a heroic Swazi girl named Liyana. Alternating between harsh reality and epic fantasy, the movie uses distinctive computer animation to depict Liyana's adventures. The film took home Best Documentary Feature at the Los Angeles Film Festival. Number 14, Monsters Incorporated, 2001. Billy Crystal and John Goodman lend their voices to 2 monsters named Mike and Sully in this computer-animated smash hit. It takes place in the city of Monstropolis, where children's screams keep the power on at night. When a young girl gets loose on Mike and Sully's watch, they must return her to the human world before anyone else finds her. Number 13, Your Name, 2017. Makoto Shinkai adapted his novel when making this anime-style fantasy drama. It centers on a teenage boy in Tokyo and a teenage girl in rural Japan who possess the ability to swap bodies with one another. When the 2 strangers try to connect in real life, they discover it isn't just distance keeping them apart. Number 12, Funan, 2019. This heart-wrenching if vitally important tale tells the story of a Cambodian family torn apart during Khmer Rouge-mandated migrations in the 1970s. The story centers on the parents' struggle to escape slavery and reunite with their son. Number 11, Tarzan, 1999. Through Disney, Tarzan was coming down to a huge peak when it delivered this 1999 animated adventure, which some say marked the end of an era. After being raised by gorillas, Tarzan must choose between the animal world and the human one. Phil Collins won an Academy Award for writing the movie's main ballad, You'll Be in My Heart. Number 10, A Shaun the Sheep Movie, Farmageddon, 2020. Longtime film buffs will recognize Shaun the sheep as originally a supporting character in the classic Wallace and Gromit. Shaun was given his spin-off in 2007, and he's back at it again for an adventure that blends sci-fi with silly shenanigans. According to RogerEbert.com, it's akin to E.T. with Shaun the sheep in the role of Elliot. Number 9, Yellow Submarine, 1968. The Beatles' bandmates reportedly kept their distance from this animated adventure as it was being developed. Yellow Submarine follows John, Paul, George, and Ringo as they journey to Pepperland to liberate the locals from the music-hating Blue Meanies. The Fab Four eventually came around when they saw the finished product, which features Beatles music and endures as a seminal work. Number 8, Lady and the Tramp, 1955. Opposites attract in this 1955 classic about the budding romance between a streetwise mutt and an uptown cocker spaniel. As the two canines join lips while eating spaghetti, they share what might very well be the most famous kiss in animation history. It's all brought to life in the kind of visual style that only Disney could execute at the time. Number 7, Another Day of Life, 2019. Inspired by the works of war correspondent Ryszard Kapuscinski comes this animated powerhouse about the Angolan Civil War. Strictly designed for adults, the movie chronicles Kapuscinski's experience covering the Civil War, which centered around Portuguese colonialism, the diamond and oil trade, and Cold War geopolitics. Number 6, Castle in the Sky, 1989. This heralded fantasy adventure features director Hayao Miyazaki's classic animation style at a time when he was more of a local legend than a global icon. In possession of a magic crystal, a young boy and girl must outmaneuver various enemies as they search for a floating castle. This was the first full-length feature animated by Studio Ghibli, Miyazaki's studio. Number 5, Tatsumi, 2012. The life and work of Japanese mangaka Yoshihiro Tatsumi leaped onto the big screen with this animated drama. The film follows its protagonist as he goes from a young comic book artist to the inventor of a new genre. In addition to depicting Tatsumi's exploits, the film includes adaptations of his short stories. Number 4, Rocks in My Pockets, 2014. Using her distinctive animation style, Latvian artist Signa Bomaine explores the relationship between genetics and madness in this singular comedy drama. Set for decades, the film depicts the personal struggles of Bomaine and 4 other women in her family. Many of the story's events occur against a backdrop of political and economic turmoil. Number 3, A Silent Voice, 2017. Based on the manga series of the same name, this anime-style teen drama grapples with the theme of bullying. When a young deaf student gets ridiculed by one of her peers, she decides to move away. Years later, the bully who ridiculed her embarks on a quest for redemption. Number 2, Zootopia, 2016. This $1 billion worldwide box office baby from Disney takes place in the city of Zootopia, home to animals from all walks of life. Ready to prove herself as a rookie cop is a bunny named Judy Hopps, voiced by Jennifer Goodwin, who uncovers a vast and deadly conspiracy. With help from a con artist Fox, voiced by Jason Bateman, Judy tries to crack the case before the city itself falls apart at the seams. Number 1, Finding Nemo. As any true movie lover can attest, animated films today rub elbows with the greatest live-action movies of all time. What was once primarily relegated to the family genre is a full spectrum of animated styles, subjects, and motifs. They join an already legendary list of classic works from production houses like Studio Ghibli and Pixar. Thanks for watching. Stay put for the next video.